Alright, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. It has been a very long time since I uploaded a video, and I thought that it would be a good time to do an updated PS4 and I guess also PS5 collection. I haven't made one of these since 2019, I think, so it's been quite a while. I don't think I've gotten that many new games, but I could be wrong. It's been so long that I don't even really remember. Quick side note before we begin, basically most of the games that I play nowadays are multiplayer games, so a lot of this stuff is older. I don't think I've played many single player games on PlayStation lately, so you know, keep that in mind. I'm really looking forward to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and God of War whenever that comes out. But until then, there's not really that much. I might look into Returnal and Resident Evil 8, but those are things that I might wait for a price drop on. I'm not like super excited or anything. So anyways, let's get started. Alright, so we're starting out with the two physical PS5 games I have first. So first we have Demon's Souls. I have not played much of this. I think I've played maybe like 2 or 3 hours of it. I'm not good at it at all. I haven't played Dark Souls before. I haven't played Bloodborne before. I'm not sure that this is the type of game for me. It looks really nice. I don't really have the patience for it, but it is a quality game if you're into like the Dark Souls type of stuff. Next we have Sackboy A Big Adventure. This one I still need to play. I do fully intend on playing through this game. I just have not gotten around to it yet. The biggest annoyance for me with this one is that PS5 games require you to play with the DualSense, which I think is stupid because the DualShock 4 works just as well. But this game heavily encourages you to play with other people. It's very similar to like Super Mario 3D World in that way. The problem is that I only have one DualSense and they're expensive, so I don't really want to shell out $80 just so that someone else can play Sackboy with me, even though I've been told that that's like the best way to play the game. The PS4 version of this game exists. The problem is that if you buy the PS4 version, you get the PS5 version for free, but it doesn't work in reverse, so I can't even access the PS4 version to play with other people with a DualShock 4. So I guess, I mean, I can play this by myself, and I probably will end up doing that, but it just kind of sucks that I can't get the full experience. But I am looking forward to it. Next, we have Ace Combat 7. What's the subtitle? Skies Unknown. I still have not played this. I distinctly remember this being in my last video. I fully mean to play this. I tried it once. The controls are kind of hard for me to grasp because I haven't played a game like this anytime recently. The last time I played an Ace Combat game was Ace Combat 4 on the PS2. I really liked that game as a kid, and I assumed I would like this because I liked that one, but I've forgotten everything about Ace Combat, so I'll relearn. I might try this later, actually, because I need a game to play, so this might be a good one. Next up, we've got Astrobot Rescue Mission. This is a PlayStation VR game. I have not played this one yet. I keep meaning to. I've heard incredible things about this game. The problem is that the PSVR is kind of a hassle to set up, and it's not currently part of my setup because when I set up the PS5, I just kind of didn't hook it back up. So I don't currently have a way of playing this. I have a PSVR, but I would have to like make a mess of cables just to use it. So hopefully either one day I will be bored enough to want to do that, or when the new PSVR comes out, it'll just support this game and I don't have to deal with that. So one of those two things. This game will be played eventually. This is like on the list for sure because I've heard such good things and I really like platformers, so you know. Next up is Burnout Paradise Remastered. This game's really fun. I really enjoy racing games. My big problem with this one is it's extremely repetitive. I don't know if maybe over time I've just kind of like, what's the word? Like burnt myself out on these on these types of games. But I'm not like, I don't know. I got up to the B rank license, which I think is pretty high up. I think it goes up to A, maybe S, but I had fun with it. It's just like I feel like it's too long. It is a good time though. This game's $5 a lot, and it's a really good game. It's also on Switch now, so if you want to play it on the go, there you go. Next up is Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm very proud to show you my Steelbook Special Edition of the worst Call of Duty game. Look at it. So this game is not good. The multiplayer is awful, but I will give them this. When I bought this special Steelbook case a year after this game came out for $20 with all the DLC, I found out that the DLC maps in this game are amazing. But nobody ever played them because the multiplayer is terrible and everyone dropped the game a week after it came out. So that's something I found really interesting about this game, is that like all of the DLC multiplayer maps are some of the best maps in Call of Duty history, and they're all in like the worst possible game. So if Infinity Ward, if you want to take these maps that no one even played and put them in the next Modern Warfare and just pretend that they're new maps, no one would notice and it would be great. You should do that. Next up we have a Steelbook for the best Call of Duty game on current gen, Black Ops 3. I bought the special edition for this. I've got the fridge over there. I love Black Ops 3. It's my most played game on PS4. It's my most played game of the generation. It's a fantastic game. I also say this a lot, but the value proposition with Black Ops 3 is much higher than any other Call of Duty game. Assuming you buy all the DLC, which I think is included nowadays. You get the campaign, which isn't great, but it's a campaign, and you can play it co-op. You have multiplayer, which could be dead now, but we're talking in 2015, so let's pretend, okay? And then you've got zombies, which has the most zombies maps of any Call of Duty game, and arguably the best zombies mode. Cold War Zombies is pretty good, but this one, it's a classic. So you've got 8 remastered maps in Zombies Chronicles. You've got the 4 DLC maps. You have The Giant, which is another remastered map that you get, and you've got Shadows of Evil, which comes on the disc. So, I don't know math, but that's a lot of zombies maps. Good game. Next up, we have Concrete Genie. This game's really underrated. I really like this game. I got this as a gift. I didn't play it for a long time. I played this right before the PS5 came out because Sony was releasing only like open world story games, and I don't care about those. So, I played this instead of The Last of Us Part 2, and I really enjoyed it. The story is really interesting. Like, it's very small scale. It's very much about, like, this one kid in this one town, but it's a fantastic game, and it's really often overlooked. I hear nobody talking about this game. It was published by Sony. I don't know which one of their studios made this, but more like this, please, PlayStation. Next, we have Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time, and it certainly was about time, wasn't it? But, okay, so my thing with this game, right, I love Crash. I grew up with the first 3 Crash games. They're some of my favorite games of all time. When they announced this game, I was ecstatic. I was hoping it would come to Switch, but, you know, it did later after I had already played it. So, the game is good. I don't know if it measures up to the first 3 for me. I really love the Insane Trilogy. I really love the first 3 games. And this is like almost there. It's so close. The masks that you get that give you the different powers, which you can kind of see there, they're really cool. I really like the abilities. My problem is that they're not used frequently enough. You get them in very specific circumstances that you can tell are built on rails for those masks, and then that's it. The other big problem I have is that this game allows you to play as other characters. You can play as Cortex, you play as Dingodile, Tanya, whatever her name is. The problem, though, is that those sections are bad, and they force you to play them. And not only that, you'll play a level as Crash, and then you'll play Cortex's perspective of what was going on while Crash was doing that level, which is all good and fine. But then when you get to a certain point in the Cortex level, you have to replay the end of the level again with Crash, which I think is like, I just played this level. I don't want to play the level again. I've also heard, for trophy hunters, that this has one of the hardest platinums ever. So if you don't like your games not saying 100%, definitely don't buy this one. But in general, it's fine. Like, if you get it on sale, it's $20 $25. Great. It's a short game. It's not as great as the first three. But if you like Crash already and you know that, this is a good follow-up. If you haven't played Crash before, I would say get the Insane Trilogy instead. Next we have Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So I think this is my favorite kart racer of all time. I really like Mario Kart Double Dash. I really like Mario Kart 8. But there's something about this game. This game has so much content, so many characters. Beanox, is that? Yeah, Beanox. They put so much care into this game. It's a remake of Crash Team Racing on the PS1, which I loved as a kid. I played that before I played any Mario Kart game, so I might be biased. But also incorporates the characters and some of the stages from Crash Nitro Kart, I think it's called, on PS2, GameCube, Xbox. That game also played as a kid. It's also really good. So you get the best of both worlds here. You get the adventure mode from Crash Team Racing, which is great. You get some of the tracks and stuff from Nitro Kart. And then there's a battle pass, which I think is over, but there was a battle pass. There is so much content in this game, and it's such an in-depth kart racer. It's not like Mario Kart where like once you learn snaking, it's over. There's a lot to be had here, and the time trials legitimately are very hard. But it's one of those games where when you master it and when you know what you're doing, it feels super good. Alright, I have nothing to say here. We have Destiny 2 still sealed. This game's worthless because it's free to play, and Best Buy gave me this for free, and I said, yeah, I love plastic in my home. Alright, we've got Detroit Become Human. Now, a lot of people hate Quantic Dream. A lot of people are like, man, that David Cage, I think is his name, fellow, he really makes some bad games. And you know what? Heavy Rain has some bad voice acting and some weird plot points, but I love these games. They're like so interesting. And I really like the choose your own story kind of aspect of it. It makes them so replayable. Playing them with friends is a blast when you're all like, oh, what decision are we going to make? What do we do? Oh no, Connor fell off a building. That doesn't actually happen, so don't worry. This is a great game. I can see where people's criticisms of it come in. It doesn't handle the subject matter great. But it is fun. I had a really good time playing this game. I bought it day one. I loved Heavy Rain, so I bought this too. I would recommend this one. It's on PC now if you don't have a PlayStation, but I don't know why you would be watching this if you didn't. And it's like $10 all the time, so you should just try it. And if you don't like it, well, that's fine. You missed out on 2 Taco Bell Cravings boxes, so actually that's a pretty big deal. Next up, we've got Dreams. This is such an interesting game. So Dreams is a creation tool that you can use to easily make games within Dreams, and then you can share those Dreams online, and other people can download them and play them. I haven't touched this game since like a month after it came out, and the things that I saw in this game will forever live in my mind forever. I don't think I'll ever forget classics like Eggman Lays an Egg. People made some really weird stuff with this game, but it's so weird that it's great. If you haven't played Dreams, it's currently on sale on the PlayStation Store for $12. It's just worth looking at the things people made, because some of them are legitimately really impressive, and then some of them will make you question why you are living. Next up, we have Fallout 4. Why is this heavy? Does this have a manual? Or is that a map? I don't know. I didn't know games came with anything this generation. But anyways, Fallout 4. I got this game the day it came out. I was horribly disappointed with this game. I love Fallout 3. This game, it's more colorful, but I don't think it's evolved enough. I think that Bethesda has a big problem with all of their games feeling exactly the same and running on a very outdated engine. They have a really good core idea of what they want their games to be, but I think Fallout needs to progress a little bit more than just like a new skin on top of Fallout 3 and also like the exact same plot. So hopefully Fallout 5, if that ever happens, will be better now that Xbox is funding it, maybe, hopefully. Next is Far Cry 4. I think the disc is loose. Oh, what do you know? Well, it is a PS4 game, and that does happen like every time you pick one up. Oh, nice. The case is broken. Well, anyways, we've got Far Cry 4. I played this game when the generation started. I had an okay time with it. Far Cry 3 is definitely a better game, but you could do worse. You could play Far Cry 5. Okay, so we've got a 3-in-1 banger here. We've got FIFA 14, FIFA 15, FIFA 16. Why, yes, I do love wasting money. Why do you ask? So these games are fun. Obviously, everybody... Well, not everybody, but a lot of people like FIFA. It's a good time. I felt like after 16, I got my fill of soccer on my PlayStation. But if you're into, like, Ultimate Team or whatever, you probably have every FIFA game because... reasons. They're fun. They're a good time. I tried to get the platinum on FIFA 16, and then I gave up because it made you play online with people, and why would you do that to me? Next, we have Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions Evolved. That's a lot of words. I haven't played this at all. I don't even really know what this is, but it was 99 cents, so I can't say no. I'm a sucker. Hell. Next is God of War. This validated my purchase of the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro all in one. This is my favorite game on the entire console. It's fantastic. I love the story. I love the combat. I love the gameplay, the graphics, the fact that there's not a single loading screen in this entire game. It's a fantastic game. Honestly, one of the best games ever made. If you have not played God of War, play God of War. If you have a PS4, play it. If you have a PS5, you already have it for free because, well, if you have PS Plus, because they gave it to everyone for free on there. Definitely play this game if you have the means to play it. It's a fantastic game, and nothing I say will do it justice. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Next, we have Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. So they did a Nintendo, and they were like, wow, red sure looks good, doesn't it? And I'm like, haha, no. Anyways, this game I haven't played. I've played like maybe 20 or 30 minutes of it maximum. It looks good, maybe. One of my friends played it. He really liked it. I've heard really good things about it, so I've been meaning to get to it, but they announced Ratchet and Clank for the play-at-home thing last month and then did an update for Ratchet and Clank. So I'm thinking maybe, since this is coming for free next month, that perhaps they would also do an update for this game to make it like better on the PS5. So now I'm like, should I wait and play it in a month when it might be better? Who knows? Maybe. Next we have the Mega Man Legacy Collection. So this has Mega Man 1 through 6. That's a lot of Mega Man, and what I've learned from playing this game is, man, do I not like Mega Man. I love the character, I love the design, I like the idea, I don't like the game. I'm very bad at it, like very, very bad at it, and I don't understand half the things that are going on. This is very much like a you already like Mega Man and you want to play Mega Man type of collection, and not like a you've never played this before and you should start here. I've always wanted to get into Mega Man, but this was not it. I played Mega Man 11, which was alright. I actually beat that one, but I don't have it anymore. I want to try Mega Man Battle Network. I think that one plays differently and looks more interesting to me. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's bad. If you like Mega Man, you know what this is. But like, no. Next up, we have Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto. They're going for the longest title award. Dragon Quest XI, watch out. So this game is Naruto Shippuden. Oh, wait, I'm not saying that again. This game is Storm 4, but with Boruto movie added to it. So it's basically the same game, but they added like 4 characters, and they're like, whoa, new addition. Then they added DLC like 3 years later for some reason to add Momoshiki and Kinshiki. But those characters are additional paid DLC on top of this additional paid DLC. But they messed up when they first added it to the store, so I got them for free. So who's the real winner here? This game's great, obviously. Storm 4 and Storm in general is the best anime arena fighter. Watch out, Jump Force. It's a good time. If you like arena fighters, if you like Naruto, if you like Boruto, if you just like mashing buttons, you'll probably enjoy this game a lot. It's a good time. The Boruto story isn't as good. They didn't put as much effort into it, and you can easily tell. But if you already have Storm 4, buying the physical disc of this new version is cheaper than buying the DLC for Storm 4 like 95% of the time. So I would recommend that if you already have the game and you, for some reason, want to play as Sarada Uchiha and have her fight like Kid Obito, because that's a thing you can do in this game, and like, why would anyone ever want to do that? Next up, we have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I got this on Black Friday, and I thought, wow, I love Need for Speed 2012. I love Need for Speed Rivals, and everybody says this game is good. Why are you people saying this game is good? It's nothing like those games. It's way worse. So, I have a hard time believing that this game is remastered, because it says remastered on the box, right? And it plays at 4K and 60 FPS on PS5 and Series X. It doesn't look any better. It looks like they took the 360 game and put it on PC and turned the settings on high, and they said, okay, it's remastered. It doesn't look any better. It doesn't play any better. I would have been better off just buying the 360 version of the game for way less money. I've played like 10 minutes of it, as you can tell, because I wasn't very impressed with it. Next up, we have Persona 5. Okay, well now, time to make the entire comment section hate me. I have not played this game. I've played 10 hours of this game, which in most games is the equivalent of 10 minutes. I had a really good time with the first 10 hours, which is not something I say about most games, but it's just too long. Like, I don't even like JRPGs, and I loved the first 10 hours I played of this game, but when I found out that this game is 100 hours long, like, Atlas, I don't have that kind of attention span. Game Freak was right. Alright, these are like a 2-in-1. We've got PlayStation VR Demo Disc and PlayStation VR Worlds. These both came with my PlayStation VR. This one, pretty cool. This one, kind of worthless, because it's just a bunch of demos you could have gotten on the PlayStation Store. I mean, they're good experiences. These, like, show the Worlds one. They show, like, the different things you can do with VR. They're really good if you have, you know, maybe a parent or a friend that has never tried a VR anything before, and you want to be like, hey, let's try putting you in a cage with a shark and see how you react, because, to be honest, it's kind of fun. Next up, we have Ratchet and Clank. This is a remake, maybe? I don't really know what to call this. Reimagining of the original Ratchet and Clank game on the PS2, featuring designs and aspects of the 2016 Ratchet and Clank movie that everyone forgot existed. This is an okay game. I had an okay time playing it. PlayStation decided to make it red again, which... why? My thing with this game is I can't tell if I don't enjoy Ratchet and Clank anymore, or if this game just isn't as good as I remember the first game being. Because when I was a kid, I loved Ratchet and Clank. The original 3 games I played to death. Playing this remake, I beat the whole game. It's fun. It's a good time. It's not anything that I remember, though. Like, I remember loving Ratchet and Clank, and I just, like, thought this game was okay. So... maybe it's this game, maybe it's that I'm older, I don't know. I don't know which one it is. I guess we'll find out when Rift Apart comes out. But this game was fine, but I honestly think I would rather play the original one than this, but maybe I'm wrong. Also, this game, graphically, fantastic. If you're playing it on PS4 Pro, it looks like a movie. And I guess that was what they were going for. But next up, we have Resident Evil 2. Okay, so before I played this, I had never played a Resident Evil game in my life. I went into this completely blind. I was just like, you know what? It's a random day in May. Let's buy Resident Evil 2 for some reason. And I love this game. This game is amazing. As an introduction to the series, this game did more than sell me on Resident Evil. I had such a good time playing through this. The puzzle aspects really got to me with, like, the keys and the doors, because, like, I thought this would have just been, like, a normal, like, you're trapped in the building and there are zombies, oh no. But, like, the fact that you actually have to, like, think and solve puzzles and, like, I love that sort of thing. I'm a sucker for it. And, like, this game just does it so well. Like, I forget what he's called, I think Mr. X, right? Chasing you and then having to, like, figure out where you're going, what you're doing, like, fantastic game. The last hour, but the rest of the game, so solid. I don't have Resident Evil 3 anymore because I sold it after I played it because, well, that one was not as good. But this game, I really liked. I would recommend this one a lot. We've got Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition. I've had this game for 3 years. I still haven't touched it. I should play this, probably, especially if I want to play 8, but I have not played this yet. So I've heard good things. It's not similar to 2 from what I've heard, so, like, that's the main thing. Like, if it was like 2 and 3, I would be on it immediately, but it's not, so, like, the willingness to play kind of is much lower. Next up, we have Rock Band 4. Love this game. I know rhythm games are dead and all that, but, like, this game is a solid time. I got it right before it went out of stock everywhere, apparently, and now the disc alone is worth, like, $50. I don't know how these things happen. It's a great time. I have a lot of fun with it, playing with friends, playing with family. People really like doing the singing part if they don't know how to play any instruments or don't want to. It's just a good time. I have way too much DLC for this game, so I will forever defend it because I've spent like $600 just on songs for Rock Band 4, so please help me. Next up we have SpiderMan. This is the reverse cover, but it's still SpiderMan. Great game. Honestly, other than God of War, this is the other thing that justified my purchase of a PS4. I love this game so much. They did so much right with this. I had an amazing time playing through it. The week that this game came out, I went to class, came back, and just played Spider-Man until like 2 a.m. This game is so good. The web slinging, the traversal, like all of it is so good. And if you haven't played this game yet, why? Why have you not played this game? It's so good. And then they were like, hey, we made another Spider-Man game. And I was like, well, how could it get any better? And they're like, don't worry, we took out all of the parts of the game that you didn't like, and we added more of the parts you did like. This game somehow ended up being even better for me than the original. Now, it's not as groundbreaking as the original because it's the same city. They build very heavily off of the mechanics of the first game. But what I did like about this game a lot better was the story. It was much shorter and much more focused on sort of like Miles and his area of the neighborhood and what that means to him. And I thought the story hit a lot better for me than the first game story did. I think the mechanics of the gameplay are so much more refined, and I mean, that's what you would expect, but like this game is so good as well. I played the first 2 hours of this game on PS4 Pro, and then my PS5 came in, so I played the rest on PS5, but it played well on both. If you have a PS4, it's still worth playing this game. You don't need to wait to play it on PS5 or like whatever, or think it's not going to run well. It's very much a PS4 game first. I had a great time with it. I would highly recommend it. Next, we have the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I love Spyro. I played the Spyro games as a kid, and they were my introduction to 3D platformers. This game, when it got announced, I was so excited. And when it came out, I loved every moment. I 100%ed all 3 games, and then I bought it on Switch and did it all again. These games are so good. The third game in this remake trilogy, specifically, you can tell they did not have time to finish it because it has a lot of problems. But the other 2 games are great. The first game, I think, is one of the best games ever made. The first Spyro the Dragon game is so simple but so fun, and just like the charm of it is so good. It's such a good time. If you haven't played Spyro before, please go play this game. This game is like the first game, the second game, so good. Even if you play the originals, they hold up way better than most games from that era, so go do it. Next, we have Star Wars Battlefront. I don't know why I have this game. I have no recollection of buying it. I have no recollection of ever wanting to own this game, but I have it. It's fine. I played maybe once. I've played the second game more, because it was like $5 on PC, and I played it with my friends a few times. I don't remember what this one was like, but the second one is out, so why would you buy this? Next, we have Titanfall 2. Fantastic game. The campaign in this game is the best first-person shooter campaign I've ever played, bar none. It is so good. It's not too long. They constantly introduce new mechanics, but in a way that makes sense in the universe, in a way that makes sense in the gameplay, and it keeps things fresh. There are so many cool ideas in this campaign. Just like the fact that EA did not market this game properly is forever going to affect the Titanfall franchise, because now Apex is the only thing they make, and Apex is fine, but like, it would be such a shame if a Titanfall 3 never came out only because of EA's own failure to market this game, and that's why it didn't sell well. Because this game is $5 all the time, and for $5 you should try it because it's so good. Even the multiplayer is fine, but like, the campaign is so good, and the only reason this game didn't sell well is because it came out right between Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1, I think it was. They could have done this game so much better, but they chose not to, and it's so sad. Next we have Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. This is a VR spin-off of Until Dawn. It's an on-rail shooter. You just point the PS Move controllers and you're like, woo, I shot things on this roller coaster. It's fine. It's a VR tech demo, essentially. It's nothing special. Until Dawn itself, I have digitally. Would highly recommend that, though. I don't have it physically, so per the rules, I can't talk about it that much, but you should play that one. And finally, we have Wipeout Omega Collection. The only reason I bought this is because in my brief time with a PlayStation Vita for like a month in 2012, I had the Wipeout 2048 game, and that game, pretty fun on the Vita, so I bought this on PS4. The problem is, I think that this style of game actually works a lot better on a handheld. Not saying that this is bad. If you're into Wipeout, by all means, you should buy this. It looks fantastic. It runs fantastic. But I really enjoyed having those, like, that racing on the go. And I think that was a big appeal of Wipeout 2048 for me. So this doesn't do as much for me as just like having it on the go. If this game came out on Switch, it would be great. It obviously won't. But I think it was a really good Vita game. It's not as great for me as a console game, but like, it's still a great port of that game if you do want it on a TV. Alright, and that is every physical PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game that I own. I already said what I'm looking forward to at the beginning of the video, so hopefully this time next year I will make a video and it will include those games, as well as some other ones that I'm hoping to pick up that have already come out that I just haven't gotten to yet. I'm trying to hold myself to only buying games when I want to play them, instead of like having stuff like Resident Evil 7 that sits here 4 years and I never play because I didn't buy it with the intention of playing it immediately. So, yeah, if next year the video only includes 1 or 2 new games, that's why. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for good PlayStation 4 or 5 games, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.